Welcome to the Friday edition of the Charity First Handicapping Challenge. Georgie, we're back and better than ever, and we've got a couple of good opponents. And then tomorrow, we've got a mandatory pick six payout. We're ready to roll.
We're ready to roll. We got two fantastic guests, and both living the dream. Danny, you're living the dream. You talk to me. Your mom had horses when you were a kid, fell in love, and now you are living the dream, working horse racing.
I sure am. Yeah, here at Parks. And we just had a really big week last week, our Parks Madness, bunch of stakes races. We had 7 $100,000 stakes races.
Nice.
Everybody knows our big grade 1 PA Derby day, but we're going to have a lot of these other big days coming up. So things are looking good here at Parks.
Things are looking good. You're looking good, and you're up against a champion right here. And Jim, talk to me, Chappie.
Yeah, Jim, how you doing there? I see you said it's raining, so you're in the man cave in Chicago. Are you heading over to Hawthorne today, or you staying in the bunker?
I think I'm staying in the bunker.
How's life treating you in the Midwest these days?
Oh, it's just beautiful. I can't wait to move out of here. Hopefully it's my last winter.
Well, you're always welcome out here. You know, you could just don't bother me until Sunday evenings, and other than that,
I can't afford out there with you rich guys. Forget that.
All right. Before we get to the contest, just want to remind everyone, post time is going to be 1 p.m. today, and moving forward 1 p.m. unless we've got a special day or something. So used to be 12:30, now it's 1 o'clock. Tomorrow, you kind of touched on it. We got a lot of exciting things going on. If you're here on track in person, we've got a brand new giveaway, the $20,000 Luck of the Irish giveaway. The first 2,000 people with paid admission are going to receive a free $5 quick pick on the Irish O'Brien Stakes, which includes that undefeated Becca Taylor. So that should be an exciting race. And also, you mentioned the pick 6 with a mandatory pay on that pool is expected to be over $4 million. So pretty exciting day tomorrow. Got a handicapping contest and so many cool things. So if you're in town, come on in. And if you're out of town, that pick 6, you're going to be betting, right, Chappie?
Absolutely. I've been studying already. And, I'm going to say right now, I'm going to call my shot. Becca Taylor is 6 for 6. She's never lost, and she's going to go down tomorrow. And she's going to be most people's single, and she is not going to win the feature tomorrow.
Wow, Chappie, yes, I like you.
I write in the program every day, and in Santa Anita, Oi, I did not pick Becca Taylor either. I think.
Oh, really?
I said it was a definite bet against. So
wow, we did not
coordinate that. Yeah, but you'll see when it comes out. All right, well, let's get into it right now. Before we do, Danny, I don't know if you know what's going on here, but Flavian Pratt and Umberto Rispoli have decided to leave the friendly confines of SoCal to go to New York together. What are your views on that?
Well, yeah, they want to get closer to Park so they can ride when they don't race Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. No, I mean, I think it's a big loss for California. It's a gain for the East Coast. I think they're both great riders. Flavian Pratt, I bet on a lot at Santa Anita. I'm sure the horsemen will miss him out there, but kind of a win for us. We got to see him when he won on Hot Rod Charlie here at the PA Derby.
Yeah. Jim, what are your thoughts on these jockeys leaving town?
Unfortunately, just a bad signal for horse racing because there's just no horses. It's horrible. I mean, when you're only running, racing 3 days a week at times and stuff, it's not good. But I shouldn't be negative, I guess.
I thought Pratt leaving made some sense, but man, Rispoli, if Pratt was leaving, Rispoli would get all those turf races to ride. I mean, because he's known as a turf rider, Chappie. You would think it would behoove him to stay, but he's going against like 9 of the last Eclipse Award wins. He's going against the Irads and the Pratts of the world. That's a tough colony.
Yeah, I mean, a couple things. First of all, they're close, so I'm wondering because he announced before Pratt was leaving, so I wonder if it would have been the reverse that maybe, although he could just say he's staying now, because I mean, Pratt is the king of the castle out here. So it's ripe for the taking for somebody from the East Coast to come in, or, I'm sure Umberto would have picked up a lot of business had he stayed.
Yes, for sure.
It'll be interesting to see the way things shake out. I mean, Pratt is so good, but he's so dominant here that it's going to get very interesting for sure.
With him leaving, there's going to be
some new blood coming in for sure.
What's that, Jim?
So, Danny, I'm thinking you should pick up a jockey and move out here. Come on, you fit right in SoCal.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, well, I wouldn't want to leave the glorious PTHA and Parks confines, but yeah, I mean, they have so many tracks right in that area that they can ride at, and
yeah, that's true.
Time stake season here in the Mid-Atlantic region, so kind of makes sense. But yeah, we'll see some East Coasters shifting out there for sure.
All right, let's get into it then. Let's start with the contest benefiting the Winners Foundation. We'll start with you, Danny. You got $100 to win. Where are you going and why?
All right, I'm going in race 2 on the 1 horse, Warren Showbiz. I think she's a filly that's still kind of figuring it out. I love these clubhouse rides. She had a lot of trouble in her last race, and she still came on. Hopefully she's improving. She definitely needs to break better. That's obvious. Hopefully Craig Lewis has been working on that with her. But 4 times the charm for her. I love the odds. She was at 6-1 morning line. Juan Hernandez, I have a good feeling.
All right, 100 to win on Warren Showbiz. There is a scratch in that race of number 2 every step of the way. We probably would have taken some money, so we might get a little bit less than 6-1. But we're going to start the day pretty early with a winner, Chappie.
Yeah, pretty early, and rumor has it that Juan Hernandez is actually driving the limo for Pratt and Umberto to leave town. So I think he's going to benefit quite a bit here. Coming up very shortly. All right, Jimbo, where are we heading with our $100 win bet and why?
Well, I'm doing the opposite of Danny. I'm not going for a nice price. I'm trying to get on the board because I blinked last time. So I'm going to the 4th race, and I'm taking the big-ass chalk, the 5 Tizamaster. I like the claim back. I'm just trying to get a free space and get on the board.
All right, so
connections there. Parks Connections, Brand Jam, and David Clark.
Oh, there you go. And Vladimir Serenbin went red hot. We're going back to Juan Hernandez for a horse who's 7 for 11 and on the board at Santa Anita, 8-5. We'll never get that, but Jim doesn't care. We want to get on the board and win this thing.
That runner's got an angle that really has been a profitable angle year in and year out. When a trainer claims back a runner that he lost, especially an immediate claim back for more money. For 16,000, lost it for 12.5 and still dipped in for 16,000, especially a trainer as hot and as talented as Vlado. That's a good sign, huh, Chappie?
Definitely, and I'm sure Jim picked up on that. That's always a very positive sign, the old reclaim, especially when they, like you said, plunk down more money than they just ran for the tag a couple races back. Jimbo?
Agreed.
A man of few words, but he likes to win, George.
Danny, your background is so classy and spectacular. You don't have a horse biting the side of your head or a couple of John Shears and a Doug and
This is our PTHA, our horsemen's boardroom conference room. This is where all the big decision condition book meetings are. It's like I have there's an aura in here. I like it.
It's beautiful. It's I love it. All right, you got an exact to work with. What are you doing with your $100 or $50 exact?
All right, I'm going in race 3, and I'm gonna box the 2 and the 7. The 2 gets Mike Smith, super patient. Obviously, it's a really long race. This horse did a lot better going long. So it looks like he has the talent if he can, get a good break. And I like that he stays even throughout the race. I think that's going to benefit him in this long 1.5 race. And then the 7 Flint Chill, down at Del Mar, got stuck down on the inside, had a better race last time. So I'm hoping he's on the upswing, and a little bit of class relief should help him out. So that's where I'm going, boxing the 2 and the 7.
All right, 2-7, the Sultan of Sod, as I call him, Phil D'Amato, dropping from maiden special weight to maiden claiming. That's a positive sign. And Mike Smith has really been looking like the Mike Smith of old of late. I mean, he had a little dull span there for a while, but he's riding pretty sharp lately. All right, Chappie, that's our exacta in race number 3 at a box of 2-7.
All right, Jim, where are you heading with your exacta and why?
I'm going to 9th race. I think there's a bunch of pace in the race, and I'm going with the 2 boys leaving town. The 1 and the 5, Pratt and Rispoli. I figured to get both perfect trips, and they just run by the speed as it backs up.
All right, so race 9, and if Jim, if you look at the Baltus horse a little closely, probably could be 3 for 3. Had some trouble in the baffle, although the winner is a monster. And if anybody wants to go back and look at a troubled trip, just go watch Do It for Andrew the last time out, the 5 horse for Phil D'Amato. I think that's a logical exacta box. We don't care about prices. We're going to eat chalk all day, George. He's just about winning.
Our boss here, his name is Andrew, and we all bet this horse last time, and you're right. I mean, he just got annihilated coming out of the gate and lost all chance. So hopefully this time he'll do it for Andrew and do it for Winners Foundation.
Yeah, and by the way, Sumter is a monster in there who won that race, and Handy Dandy is that sneaky Peter Miller horse that I always have to bring up that's very good too. But and first time lace is a little class relief, but that horse is going to run monstrous today.
Yeah, I think so. No question about it. Even though, I mean, I think the 6 furlongs is a little bit of a question mark, but when this one was in Ireland, was sprinting all the time. So I don't think it should be a problem for Do It for Andrew. All right, let's do it for the daily double that we had to call an audible. Omaha. And what'd you come up with your daily double, Danny?
All right, so it's going to be in race 8 and 9. Obviously, I had the 1 scratch, so I'm going with number 9, Bob Daniels. I think that horse had legitimate excuses. I don't know. This was a hard race for me. I could have made a case for a lot of different horses, but we have a minute to pick. So I still got Bob Daniels. Jonathan Wong, Abel Cedillo, hopefully get some luck there. And then in the 9th race, the number 1, Smuggler's Run, Flavian Pratt, Richie Baltus. I love this horse's running style. He's just very versatile. He can be anywhere in the race, it looks like. And I have a good feeling on the number 1.
All right. Straight $100 daily double. So if Danny connects with this one, it's going to bring a lot of money. He's certainly going to possibly get that bankroll from 300 over 1,000 to give some extra money to the Winners Foundation. And it looks like Bob Daniels, who showed really good speed for top trainer Jonathan Wong last time out. And you guys already talked a little bit about Smuggler's Run and how this one could easily be undefeated, but has won 2 out of 3. It got Pratt aboard, and Pratt's undefeated with this one. Certainly looks good in the daily double.
Yeah, no question about it. And Jim, I think you might be going in a similar spot here with the double. Where are you heading and why?
I'm going to head to – this is for the charity. Now, see, I'm going to go for a little price here with the double now they start for 1. So I'm going to take the 4 horse. I like the race under the bell. I like Fernandez added. Hopefully that gets him back to what he used to run. I'm going to part wheel the 4 with the 5 that I boxed in the last race.
All right, so 4 with 1-5, Candy Fury, 8-1 in the morning line. Jim usually plays some prices, so I'm proud of him for not being a chalk-eating weasel all the way through this contest, although he does want to win. Before we get to the tiebreaker, Georgie, not only do we have the carryover, or excuse me, the mandatory payout tomorrow, but we do have a seminar right back here at 5 p.m. Pacific today with you, myself, Gino, and Seminar Skip. So you guys can join back in. We're going to go over the entire Pick 6 sequence. George, I'm assuming you've already studied.
Yeah, I've been studying the Pick 6 sequence. And, tomorrow, coincidentally, I've got 2 runners that I've had on my watch list. And it's always important to have a watch list. And I've got Irish Heat Wave and Liberal. They're both running tomorrow. And they encountered all kinds of problems. So they're going to be key in my handicapping tomorrow. As a runner today that was also on my watch list that is probably going to be a big favorite, but Hollywood Hellraiser runs today. And that's another one that boy, encountered all kinds of problems. So I encourage everybody to keep a watch list of horses that are in trouble. And I got 2 of them running tomorrow. So hopefully we'll be able to touch on them in our seminar tonight.
By the way, Danny and Jim, George can often not hear me yelling, and I can often hear him yelling during races. We would both be fired if I could just go back to the Hollywood Hellraiser's trip, listening to George throughout the ride, because that was his single that day. There were more F-bombs than
expletives. More F-bombs than when I was calling races at Hollywood Park. Danny, did you know that live on air when I was calling races at Hollywood Park, I let the F-bomb out?
How was that received?
Live.
Oh. Hey,
they never let me call a race again after that. I can't understand why. I'm not sure, but yeah, that was quite a
The next day they announced him as former track caller George Rodriguez. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, are we ready for the tiebreaker?
All right, let's go for the tiebreaker. We're going to spin the wheel of doom to see who gets first pick.
What race did we say? Race 6, correct?
We decided on race 6, which is a pretty competitive race. And it's going to be Danny. You go first. You get first choice here in race number 6, just in case. Are we going to need this tiebreaker, you think?
No. These two are way too sharp. There's no chance. But we have to do it as a formality.
Formality.
You said the same thing last time as I blinked, so I don't want to
I'm feeling flush. Number 5.
You're feeling flush.
I am. So that's who I'm going with for my tiebreaker. And got second at the same level, cutting back the half furlong. Ricky Gonzalez, hopefully he's feeling flush today.
Ricky, actually, he's really good with front runners. I've noticed that seems to be his forte.
Agreed.
He's in the Maldonado, the Candyman realm of a jockey that does good with speedsters. So
I just hope this horse is fast enough.
Yeah, let's see. All right, feeling flush from Harris Farms and the brilliant Kristen Mulhall training.
Yeah, second off the layoff and drew the rail last time. Now goes outside. Last week I was feeling flush when he was on a front runner going down the hill that went 43-2, but that's another story. Jim, what about you for your tiebreaker in race 6?
Well, with the knowledge of what she picked, I'm going to take the horse that's going to run second and hope that her horse don't win. I'm going to hope there's enough pace. And the 4, it looks like he doesn't want to win, but he looks like he's solid for second. So I'm going to take the 4 as my tiebreaker, hoping the 5 doesn't win.
All right. So a bold choice as she's feeling flush. Take your 5. Georgie?
All right. Again, just want to remind everybody we got a big weekend coming up, especially tomorrow with the mandatory payout. And we got the $20,000 Luck of the Irish giveaway. So if you're in the neighborhood, stop on in. You get a free $5 win bet on the Irish O'Brien with a runner that is undefeated. But both Chappie and I feel that that's not going to be the case, especially on the turf, where I don't think she's quite as good as on the dirt. Plus, even though she won, she hasn't really thrown in some stellar numbers. So.
We just put her right in the winner's circle.
Put her right in the winner's circle. Yeah,
right.
No question about it. Hey.
So everybody else out there, singular. She's a lock.
Yeah. Danny, tell me what's going on. What's upcoming for you personally and for Parks?
Yeah, well, personally, just working. A lot of working. We do the Let's Go Racing show on Saturdays. I've been guest going on Down the Stretch.
Where can we see that show? Where can we see that show?
XM, Channel 85. I do that on Saturdays at 11. Saturdays, I do the Let's Go Racing Park show. And I'm out every day at the races, covering the races, reporting. And I have a horse. He's coming in off the layoff, so he's getting ready to run here.
Nice.
That'll be exciting. And Monmouth will be open soon. I'll be there a lot this summer, hopefully doing some things there on the weekends because we don't race here on the weekends. And it's going to be a good, busy horse racing summer.
That's awesome.
Danny wears many hats, Chappie, many hats, and wears them well. And we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
I've never seen Jim wear a hat, but Jim, will you be coming out to the West Coast anytime soon? Are you going to make it out for the Santa Anita Derby?
It's not on the calendar yet.
Okay, that would be a no. He was a late scratch from the last trip, but you still played in the tournament, correct?
Correct.
Jim? Yeah, in your tournament, George, over Big Cap weekend. Jim was supposed to come out. I had booked him a hotel and everything at the Le Meridien, and then he canceled like 3 days earlier, but he'd still play.
I saw the forecast. It was like that Chicago weather. What was I going to come out there for? I could have 50.
It was a little chilly. It was a little. All right. You got me there.
Hey, real quick before we let you guys go, and I don't know, this is coming out of left field. Hopefully you have some opinions on it, but we had a lot of Derby preps last week. Fountain of Youth winner looked impressive, I thought. Here, Forbidden Kingdom looked good. Is there a runner, maybe one eye? Is there a runner that you kind of have your one eye on, Danny?
Well, I'm excited. I'm going to my first Derby this year with Dick Girardi.
Wow, great.
Yeah, me and him co-host the show, and he does really good in those handicapping contests. But we've been talking a lot about it. I mean, I really like Morello for Steve Asmussen. And I don't know. It'll get interesting. I mean, I'll definitely start making my decision here. Simplification had a good run.
I love
there's a lot of them.
Run,
I like that he's, relaxing a little bit and doing a little different thing. But I think it's going to be a really good Derby year. The preps have been fun to watch. There's a lot of stars kind of emerging.
I'm going to guess Jim doesn't have any horse he likes because that's not his forte.
You are right on. But I do have something to say at least, though. So I think Saffy's horses, though, down at Gulfstream, I can't even think of the name. One
White Barrio. Yeah.
And even the other one, I think his horses have talent and I think they have upside. So I would be watching both of them. But that White or whatever the last name is.
White Barrio, yeah.
That horse might be really good.
Can I admit something to you and everyone who's watching that's absolutely pathetic? Because I pay such attention to just here that I've never heard of any of the four horses you guys just
Nice.
I mean, other than Forbidden Kingdom, and that is awful. But I will pay attention as we go forward. But I do not watch any races outside of Southern California. I'll be the first to admit it.
Did you see Taiba? Chappie, you saw Taiba, right? And started late in the career, but threw in a great race. I don't know. I think Taiba's got a chance to be looking good. And Taiba.
I remember Taibo with Billy Blanks, but I'm not sure about Taiba.
Where did that horse run at?
Here in SoCal. It's
Okay.
Bafford late.
Champ, you have no excuse.
There's a lot of speed horses, though, so we could get a Giacomo year. Yeah, I think something crazy is going to happen. I think somebody new is going to win it that doesn't normally win it, obviously, with Baffert not being in it. So going to leave a lot of.
He has no hope. You don't think he can possibly win in court?
I think something. Well, not that we're going to get into that, but doesn't something ruling come down today on that? I thought maybe not.
I don't know if it's today or Monday, but there's supposed to be something coming soon. I know that.
Yeah. Well, even if I still think I think it's going to be a closer, something exciting.
All right. Well, have fun in your first Kentucky Derby.
Thanks.
I remember the first one I went to. It was raining and we were, getting wet the whole time, but it was still very exciting to be there and seeing all the celebrities and the whole pomp and circumstance that goes around that race. So have fun out there, and wish you luck there, and wish you luck here in the tournament. One of you two will be coming back probably in a couple of weeks to move on to round number 2, and we wish you luck. Chappie, any last words before we say goodbye?
And just remember, I will go. First of all, good luck to both of you, Danny. It's always great having you on. Jim, I've seen you too many times. I mean, you're my teammate, but you know what I mean. But remember the Pick 6 carryover tomorrow, and today, 5:00, the seminar right back here with you and I, Chino and Skippy. So, all right, guys, good luck. Appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
nice
guys.
meeting you, Danny. Good luck.